Hey, Miss, this is Mrs. Hines here. So we're going to show you how to share and publish your Teach Me project that you made in Scratch. So you signed into Scratch every day this week on scratch.mit.edu, and you saved a project called Teach Me. Please make sure that this is saved in your account. Please also make sure that you hit this orange share button. What that allows people to do is now they can see your project. They can only see your project if you give them this link. So you're going to want to share this on your portfolio. So you'll have another tab open for your Google Drive, and you'll go into your Google Drive and you'll find your technology portfolio, that Google site that we've been creating to kind of showcase all the work that you've been doing in tech. So far in your Google site, you should have your name, first and last name on your main page. Make sure that everything is spelled correctly. Make sure that your name is capitalized. The first letter of your name should be a capital. The first letter of your last name should be a capital. We should have a mission statement, so you added a text box. When you go over to pages on the right-hand side, you may have made multiple pages. So we have a page for measurement. If you need some help with that, you can go back on Google Classroom and see that was, I think, like the first and second week of school in September that we had. So we added a link to your ruler game. We added the picture of your measurements activity. And then we started a new page and we called it Coding Basics. So if you don't have a measurement page, you can go back in Google Classroom and look at that. But if you need to make a new page for coding, called Basics in Coding or Coding Basics, either way, I added text boxes for each project. So I have a text box and I made it a heading, the text, so it's this color and this size. So I project one was our greeting card. So on my portfolio, I did a link to the whole playlist in case anyone wants to create an account or make the simple greeting card where you learn the basics of motion and looks. So I have a screenshot. This is what your site would look like. By taking a screenshot on the Chromebook, if you hit that shift and the button above the 6, it's the rectangle with the 2 lines, you're going to have to, on a Chromebook on the side, hit copy to clipboard. But then you can click in here as long as you're on the editing version and say Control V, and it will paste the screenshot of your code. Your greeting card, just explain what it is. I had 12 sprites. You really only needed 2, but I wanted to see that you're using the blue motion blocks and the purple looks blocks, so you can change what the sprite looks like. All right, moving down on our coding page, you should have a project interactive game. So the last week of September, we made an interactive game, and we discovered that you can actually embed the game right on your page. So I explained the game, and then I also did like a link to it of the code that I was most proud of, and I did a link to the project right here. I also have a link to the directions. You won't have this, but it's just useful to have. So again, if you're on Scratch and you want to take a second to go to your project page, you can copy this link. So I'm going to hit copy link. I can choose, I can just add the link, or if you copy this whole embedded script right here on your tech portfolio, you're going to click where there's nothing, like in this blank area here, and you can embed a code. So under embedded code right here, that's where I'm going to paste Control V, and I'm going to hit next. Then it should, I'm on the school Wi-Fi, so in theory, this would be my project. Yep. And I'm just going to hit insert. So this will actually quiz them down. So please don't just post like random projects because you're going to go back and look at this later. You want to double click and add yourself a text box. So this is my Teach Me project. And the sprite asks the user 5 questions and tells and responds back if they are correct or wrong. So that just kind of explains what the project is. So when I go back and look at it, but maybe the other thing I might want to do, just because sometimes technology is great when it works, but I just want to copy the link just for kicks and giggles. And I can like link it this way. Um, by applying this, or I could even just add it as a text and it will be linked there. I do want to see like the code that you are most proud of. What it's really neat about coding is no matter how long you've been doing it, you may discover like a more efficient way of doing things or something that you thought was cool. So I'm just going to take a screenshot. And again, it doesn't look like I did anything by pressing those buttons. But when I go onto my page and I click where there's a blank space, I can hit Control and V and it should come up. You want to see this as large as you can. So you might just have to drag it out. And again, remember, hit that publish button up here on the top right, because if you don't do that and you have to hit publish one more time, it might not show me your most up-to-date stuff. So believe it or not, my friends, we are halfway through first quarter. You've been doing an awesome job. You've been working your tails off. So I definitely want to show off your portfolios. So when you say next to the publish button, you can click this view published site here, and that'll open up the page that you want to share with everyone. You want to show people how awesome you are, and you've created 3 different projects in a coding language that you didn't know a month ago. So that's pretty darn impressive. So I would highly suggest sharing out this site up here with as many people as you like. They're only going to be able to see it either if you're in front of them or if they're on the Lansingburg URL, but it's definitely worth showing off your stuff. All right, so happy coding, guys. We'll share out our sites and our projects, and I can't wait to play some of your quizzes.